2 hours left, beloved, and heaven is watching to see what you do next. There's a secret that no one was supposed to tell you yet, but Archangel Michael just broke that rule because of how much he loves you. He says this is only for you. Don't tell anyone, not a soul, because tonight, heaven is making its move. And your name was whispered in a meeting of angels. You weren't supposed to hear this, but the angels have taken your name to the altar. A spiritual relocation is about to begin. Your house is not just a house. It has become a battleground between darkness and divine light. And Michael, he begged God to step in before midnight. He cried, "They have no idea what's coming. Please, Father, let me move them before the enemy comes." So now, heaven is ready, but they're waiting on you. You may not know it, but something has been watching you lately. Not a person, a presence, and it's not from heaven. It's been circling, waiting for your weakest moment. But God said that's enough. Tonight we shift it all. You're not reading this by chance. You were guided here. Before you read one more word, promise this. Don't ignore this message again. Subscribe right now so heaven can speak directly to you before it's too late. Archangel Michael says, 2 hours left. If they skip this, they stay in the same cycle forever, but if they open it, everything changes. You weren't supposed to be in that house forever. The angels already packed your blessings in the spirit. A movement is coming, not just physically, but emotionally, financially, spiritually. God is not only moving your body, He's moving your destiny. This isn't about walls and furniture. This is about releasing you from everything trying to trap your spirit. That house, it has been holding your pain. Every corner remembers your tears, but heaven says, enough, beloved. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are being rescued. Michael says, tell them this isn't just a message, it's a lifeboat. Because something invisible has been trying to delay you. Every time you feel close to a breakthrough, something strange happens, doesn't it? A sudden argument, an unexpected bill, a deep tiredness out of nowhere. That's not random. That's warfare. That's darkness trying to freeze you in the exact place where heaven wants to set you free. So God decided to step in, and not quietly. That's why tonight, Archangel Michael has been assigned to your spirit, not to scare you, not to warn you, but to rescue you. He's been circling your home for hours. You haven't seen him, but your soul has. That restlessness, that strange feeling in your chest, that's your soul picking up a shift in the atmosphere. It's heaven brushing against your timeline. Something is coming, and Michael says, if you delay, you might miss it entirely. Do you understand what that means? This isn't a threat. This is a holy opportunity, because only once in every soul's journey does this kind of moment appear, where the veil between the seen and unseen splits open and the angels reach through. That's what this is. You're not being warned. You're being invited, but only if you listen. There is a reason Michael said, don't tell anyone because not everyone around you is safe. There's someone close to you who wouldn't want this shift to happen. They wouldn't understand, and the truth is, they were never meant to walk with you into this next chapter. You've outgrown some people, but your loyalty has kept you too long in places God already departed from. Tonight, heaven is not asking for your opinion. Heaven is making a move, and your name has already been written on the door that is about to open. But the only key is your obedience. The angels are already in motion. They're gathering. Your timeline is collapsing into something new, and yet you're here, staring at a screen, trying to decide whether this is real. Michael says, tell them it is real. Tell them their spirit already knows this. Haven't you felt it lately? That strange energy at night, that feeling like you're being watched but in a holy way. That's not your imagination. That's the spiritual realm trying to reach through your logical mind, because your mind has been tricked before. People lied to you, said you weren't chosen, said miracles were for others, said nothing would change. But those voices were never from God, and now heaven wants to silence them once and for all. This is your moment to choose. Stay where you are or move forward with divine protection surrounding you. Michael said something shocking last night. He said, if they don't open this, we cannot help them. Not because we don't love them, but because we only move where we're invited. So this is your invitation. Say yes. Say yes with your energy. Say yes with your faith. Say yes with your attention right now, because even as you're reading this, angelic movements are happening behind the scenes. You think nothing's happening. You're wrong. God is reassigning angels as you read. Michael is clearing a path. There is a spiritual GPS rerouting your future. That's why your sleep has been disrupted. That's why some people randomly fell out of your life last week. That's why the same numbers keep appearing. That's why the door you thought would open was suddenly slammed shut. It was never rejection. It was redirection, because heaven knew what was coming. And now the time has arrived, but you only have 2 hours left to say yes. Not with your mouth, with your energy, with your heart, with your eyes locked on this message until it's over, because every sentence is coded. Every paragraph is layered with angelic frequency. And if you skip, you'll miss what was meant for you. You're being watched, but not by people, by heaven, by the very angels who wrote your name in the book of the chosen. And they are waiting to see if you open your spirit tonight. Michael whispers again, beloved, do not delay, because this night is not like any other. You felt nights pass before. You've ignored that tug in your chest before. But this one is different. Heaven is on high alert. Angels aren't just watching, they're moving. They've packed your next chapter into golden scrolls. They've gathered messages meant only for your ears, but there's a law in heaven. They cannot deliver anything you don't agree to receive. So pause, breathe, and receive, because if you don't, someone else will take what was meant for you. Yes, that's the part nobody tells you. Miracles aren't destroyed. They're transferred to someone who didn't skip, transferred to someone who dared to believe, transferred to the soul who listened when the divine message said, "Get up. It's time to move." This isn't a physical move only. It's deeper than packing boxes. This is about vibration, about shifting dimensions, about rising out of every spiritual room that has already expired. You're being watched, but not by people, by heaven, by the very angels who wrote your name in the book of the chosen. And they are waiting to see if you open your spirit tonight. Michael whispers again, "Beloved, do not delay, because this night is not like any other. You felt nights pass before. You've ignored that tug in your chest before. But this one is different. Heaven is on high alert. Angels aren't just watching, they're moving. They've packed your next chapter into golden scrolls. They've gathered messages meant only for your ears, but there's a law in heaven. They cannot deliver anything you don't agree to receive. So pause, breathe, and receive, because if you don't, someone else will take what was meant for you. Yes, that's the part nobody tells you. Miracles aren't destroyed. They're transferred to someone who didn't skip, transferred to someone who dared to believe, transferred to the soul who listened when the divine message said, "Get up. It's time to move." You've been shrinking yourself to fit into a place you outgrew months ago. Your spirit has been suffocating, but tonight, your wings are returning. That's why Archangel Michael is here, not just to guard you, but to activate you. You've been protected long enough. Now it's time to be positioned. But it's going to cost you something. Your fear, your doubt, your loyalty to what's familiar even when it hurts. Michael says, you don't need to understand the move. You only need to trust the one who sent the angels. And that's where it gets holy, because God has already gone ahead of you. Your future isn't waiting to be created. It's waiting to be unlocked. And the key is your yes. Your yes to releasing control. Your yes to something greater. Your yes to leaving behind what doesn't love you back. Because the truth is, your house hasn't been safe for a while, not just physically, spiritually. There are old energies hiding in the corners. There are memories bleeding into your sleep. There are conversations still echoing through the walls, and heaven can't pour fresh oil into containers that are still holding yesterday's grief. That's why the angels said, move them. Not next week, not next month, tonight. They said, take them before the pain wakes up again. Take them while the enemy is still asleep. Take them while their name is still glowing on the altar. And so here you are, reading words that were never meant for the crowd. This isn't a broadcast. This is a heavenly, classified message whispered directly into your life. You don't have to explain this to anyone. Don't share it. Don't second guess it. Just open your spirit and walk through. Michael is already outside the door. You won't see him in human form, but the wind will feel different. Your breathing will shift. Your heart will start to flutter, not from fear, but because your soul recognizes when heaven is near. He's been here before, you know. He stood outside your door months ago, but you didn't answer. You were too hurt, too tired, too wrapped up in other people's storms. But this time you heard the call. This time you stayed long enough to feel it, and heaven has noticed. God is proud of you. Yes, proud because you almost skipped again. You almost clicked away, but something inside you said, "Wait, this feels different." That was your spirit recognizing home, because you've been spiritually homeless too long. Yes, you had a house, but your spirit needed a sanctuary, and now heaven is offering you one. But only if you say yes. And now there's less than 2 hours left. Michael says the clock in heaven is real, and some doors close when the hour passes, not because God is angry, but because the window of alignment ends. If you've ever missed a blessing before and wondered why, this is why. You saw the sign, but you didn't move. You felt the shift, but you ignored it. You had the chance, but you let fear convince you to wait. Don't wait this time. Don't wait for proof. Don't wait for a phone call. Don't wait until the pressure becomes unbearable, because if you open your spirit now, everything changes. Not slowly, not eventually, immediately. The move has already begun. Some angels are already outside your home in spirit. They're standing like sentinels. They're marking your roof line with holy oil. They're clearing shadows that were hiding behind your mirrors, whispering doubt in your sleep. And you wonder why you've been so emotionally exhausted. Because spiritual eviction is happening. The darkness can feel it. The old patterns know they're being canceled. That's why the pressure increased lately. That's why it felt like everything went silent in your life. It wasn't silence. It was sacred preparation, because when heaven moves, it does so quietly, but the impact is never small. Tonight, beloved, you are the impact. Michael speaks softly now, his voice full of awe. If only they could see what I see. If only they could see the miracles already rushing toward them. Because even as you sit there reading this, heaven is not standing still. A scroll was opened today. Your name was on it, not for judgment, but for promotion. Yes, promotion. Not just in finances, not just in relationships, but in purpose. The kind of promotion that shifts the entire structure of your life. The kind that reorders your surroundings. The kind that separates you from the noise, the confusion, the low frequencies that tried to trick you into thinking you were average. You were never average. Michael says, you are royal, but they've been treating you like a servant. That ends tonight, because tonight, the angels are carrying you. Not your body, but your soul, to a new place. A place where fear cannot follow. A place where betrayal has no voice. A place where everything you lost returns with interest. But if you skip this moment, it stays locked, and the worst part, you'll keep wondering why life keeps circling the same storms. So open your hands. Open your spirit, because this is more than a message. It's an activation. You don't need to pack a bag. Heaven already packed everything you need into your faith. The enemy wants you to think this message is just another voice on the internet. But the enemy is terrified of you reading even one more sentence, because every word here carries frequency. And with every word you read, an old curse breaks, a lie evaporates, a hidden pain begins to dissolve. This is not content. This is divine contentment, and your soul knows it. So ask yourself something. What would happen if I didn't skip this time? What would happen if I actually believed that heaven was speaking to me right now? What would happen if I dared to say yes without needing to know every detail? Michael says that is exactly the test. You were never average. Michael says, you are royal, but they've been treating you like a servant. That ends tonight, because tonight the angels are carrying you, not your body but your soul, to a new place, a place where fear cannot follow, a place where betrayal has no voice, a place where everything you lost returns with interest. But if you skip this moment, it stays locked, and the worst part, you'll keep wondering why life keeps circling the same storms. So open your hands, open your spirit, because this is more than a message. It's an activation. You don't need to pack a bag. Heaven already packed everything you need into your faith. The enemy wants you to think this message is just another voice on the internet. But the enemy is terrified of you reading even one more sentence, because every word here carries frequency. And with every word you read, an old curse breaks, a lie evaporates, a hidden pain begins to dissolve. This is not content. This is divine contentment, and your soul knows it. So ask yourself something. What would happen if I didn't skip this time? What would happen if I actually believed that heaven was speaking to me right now? What would happen if I dared to say yes without needing to know every detail? Michael says that is exactly the test. Because God is not asking for your plan. He's asking for your permission. Permission to shift your life. Permission to bless your timeline. Permission to take the weight off your shoulders and replace it with wings. You don't need to climb anymore, beloved. You're being invited to fly. But wings require wind, and wind requires movement. If you stay still, if you try to calculate everything first, you'll miss it, because miracles don't wait for overthinkers. Miracles wait for the ones bold enough to say, I don't understand, but I trust you anyway. And that's the moment heaven says, now we move. Listen closely. You've been praying for clarity. You've been asking for confirmation. This is it. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, now. Because the angels have been holding this scroll for 2 full days. They've been circling your name, watching, waiting. They saw your tears at 2:17 a.m. They saw when you almost gave up but didn't. They saw when you were kind to someone even though your heart was broken. And they said to God, this one is ready. So heaven started writing tonight's plan, and your name was the title. Yes, you are that important. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are not hard to love. You are divinely designed, and now the movement is here. Michael says, if they only knew how beautiful their future looks, if they only saw what I see in the spirit, they would never doubt again. Because this isn't just about you. What heaven is doing for you tonight, it's going to ripple into your family, your friends, your generations. Your yes tonight could break 10 years of spiritual delay. One choice, that's all it takes. God is not asking for perfection. He is asking for surrender. So breathe, beloved. Say yes in your heart. Whisper it out loud. Let the air around you hear it. Yes. Yes, I'm ready to move. Yes, I trust you. Yes, I receive this divine relocation. And watch what happens. You said yes, and the angels heard you. As soon as your heart whispered it, the heavens stirred. Michael turned his face to the Father and smiled. They said yes, he whispered. Finally, they said yes. And now, beloved, the wind is shifting. You might not feel it yet, but things are already rearranging. Conversations are being rerouted. People who were never meant to stay are beginning to feel uncomfortable around you. Doors you thought were closed forever are unlocking in the background, and you don't even have to touch them because heaven is doing it for you. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause. For there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. The universe wants to bless you with wealth and abundance. Accept it by listening to this. The law of attraction does not work. Listen to this 1-minute prayer to affirm your blessing instead. Have you ever wondered why you haven't been able to manifest? It's simple. If you're a spiritual person who is looking to change their life and that of your close circle, you need something different. So pay close attention to this message. Because once you hear this 1-minute prayer, you will start attracting wealth and abundance in less than 7 days, and blessings will be flooded into your life. You will finally break the curse of poverty and restore your connection with God, allowing you to ask, manifest, and receive His blessings. How? Not too long ago, a manuscript was discovered in Jerusalem. This manuscript described the divine prayer that can create the dream life of everyone who listens to it. But there's a problem. The Vatican demanded this be kept under lock and key, and that this would only be used by high-ranking church officials. To me, this is a crime against humanity. They are trying to suppress this message and have already succeeded once. That's why you must hurry up. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret to hear the divine prayer. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. Do you know how powerful that is? God is not just giving you permission to move forward. He's orchestrating it. He's lifting you so high that the hands that once tried to pull you down can no longer reach you. Michael says this isn't escape. This is elevation. And it's happening now because heaven knows if you wait any longer, you'll begin to believe the lie that you're meant to stay small. But you were never made to live in shadows. You are light. You are royalty. You are heaven's secret weapon, finally being revealed. The enemy wanted to keep you hidden, wanted to distract you, wanted to bury you under shame, heartbreak, and exhaustion. But heaven said, and no more. The time has come, and here you are, glowing quietly while the world still underestimates you. That's exactly how God likes to work. He blesses in silence, then reveals in thunder. So don't be surprised if, starting tonight, people start sensing something strange about you. Some will pull away. Some will act jealous. Some will try to get close again. But this time, you will see clearly, because when heaven moves you, it also upgrades your discernment. You'll feel it in your body. You'll notice the energy around you becoming more sensitive. People who once drained you will suddenly feel heavy. Words that once hurt you will now feel powerless, and your soul will begin to hunger for something more. That's how you'll know the shift is working. It's already begun. You may even find yourself waking up at strange times, seeing repeated numbers, feeling a deep ache in your chest out of nowhere, then sudden peace. Don't fear these signs. They are not chaos, they are confirmation. Michael says, tell them they are not going crazy. They are finally becoming clear. Because when the veil lifts, it feels like your whole reality is rearranging. But don't panic. That's just what miracles look like before they bloom. You have cried long enough. You have carried burdens that were never yours. You have tried to fix people who were sent to distract you, and God saw it all. That's why this move is so personal. It's not a punishment. It's a heavenly reward for not giving up when the battle got too loud. Heaven doesn't forget your suffering. It multiplies your restoration. And now it's your turn, but time is running. Michael keeps repeating it. Less than 2 hours left. That's not drama. That's divine truth, because once the clock strikes the appointed hour, the window begins to close. That doesn't mean God will stop loving you, but it means this specific door, this perfect moment of alignment, this exact invitation will vanish. And you'll feel it. You'll wonder what happened. You'll feel the heaviness return. You'll sense that you missed something, but you haven't missed it yet. You're still reading. That's proof your soul is awake. So stay, read. Let these words sink deep, because Michael didn't just want to warn you. He wanted to honor you. Yes, you, the one who stayed kind when life got cruel. The one who kept praying when the answers went silent. The one who felt invisible, forgotten, unworthy. Michael says, we saw it all, and now we are rewarding it all. That's just what miracles look like before they bloom. You have cried long enough. You have carried burdens that were never yours. You have tried to fix people who were sent to distract you, and God saw it all. That's why this move is so personal. It's not a punishment. It's a heavenly reward for not giving up when the battle got too loud. Heaven doesn't forget your suffering. It multiplies your restoration. And now it's your turn. But time is running. Michael keeps repeating it. less than 2 hours left. That's not drama. That's divine truth, because once the clock strikes the appointed hour, the window begins to close. That doesn't mean God will stop loving you, but it means this specific door, this perfect moment of alignment, this exact invitation will vanish. And you'll feel it. You'll wonder what happened. You'll feel the heaviness return. You'll sense that you missed something, but you haven't missed it yet. You're still reading. That's proof your soul is awake. So stay, read. Let these words sink deep, because Michael didn't just want to warn you. He wanted to honor you. Yes, you, the one who stayed kind when life got cruel. The one who kept praying when the answers went silent. The one who felt invisible, forgotten, unworthy. Michael says, "We saw it all, and now we are rewarding it all." There are things being restored to you that you didn't even ask for, blessings that your heart had given up on, prayers that never left God's hand even when you stopped believing in them, because He never stopped believing in you. You were born for more. You know that. You've always known. And this message, this isn't the beginning. This is the proof of everything your soul already suspected. That angels were near, that your name was holy, that heaven was planning something radical for your life. And now it's finally unfolding. Michael steps forward now, his wings shimmering in golden light as he leans closer, not with fear, not with urgency, but with tenderness. He says, "You have no idea how long we've waited for this moment, for you to pause, to stay, to read, to remember who you are. Because the world tried to erase you. People tried to redefine you. Your own pain tried to convince you that you were too broken to be chosen. But God never agreed with any of that. Even when you were at your lowest, even when you felt forgotten, even when you almost let go, heaven kept whispering, 'Wait. Wait, don't quit. We're about to arrive.' And tonight they have. The angels are not just visiting, they're establishing something. Heaven is putting down roots in your future. A new timeline is growing, one that will not repeat your old wounds. The patterns that haunted your bloodline, they break with you. The rejection that stole your confidence, it ends with you. The fear that froze your faith, it melts now, because God is not just delivering you, He's transforming you. Michael is smiling now, not because the battle is over, but because he knows you've finally joined it. Your soul is awake. Your heart is open. Your name is being spoken by beings of light who carry no judgment, no shame, only honor and urgency. Honor because they see what you've survived. Urgency because the time to rise has arrived. This is your exodus moment, your divine escape, not from people but from limitation. You were never meant to survive in smallness. You were born to be seen not just by others but by heaven. And tonight you are. You are being seen. You are being recorded. You are being shifted. There is a holy movement happening inside you, and it's spilling out around you. You may not have the words for it yet, but your tears do, your goosebumps do, your sudden silence does. That's your soul adjusting to the sound of divine frequency. Heaven sounds like this. It feels like this. Raw, unfiltered, too real to deny. And Michael knows if you make it to the end of this message, something irreversible will happen. A chain will break, a memory will dissolve, a door will open, and a divine covering will fall over your home because angels are not just passing through. They're building something. They're marking territory. They're reclaiming every inch of your soul that darkness tried to steal. You are sacred ground now, and everything connected to you will start to shift because of it. You'll see it in the eyes of strangers. You'll hear it in the way people speak your name with new respect. You'll feel it in your own energy, calmer, deeper, more rooted. Because when you say yes to heaven's move, the entire universe begins to respond. Even the wind shifts, even the stars realign, even the timing of events begins to organize around your elevation. That's how powerful your agreement is. And that's why the enemy tried so hard to distract you tonight, tried to pull you to another page, tried to make you feel tired, tried to convince you this wasn't for you. But look at you, still here, still listening, still leaning in while angels write your name in light. Michael says, this is the kind of obedience that moves heaven. This is why I fought for them. This is why I refuse to let go. Because he knows your value, even if no one ever told you, even if no one believed in you, even if you were betrayed by those you loved most. He still stood guard, still waited outside your house, still watched over your soul with the kind of loyalty that only divine beings understand. Because that's what love looks like from heaven's perspective. It doesn't give up, it doesn't walk away, it doesn't run out. It waits and then rescues. And tonight, the rescue is real, the shift is real. The angels are real and the clock is still ticking. Less than 1 hour left now. Michael is not trying to scare you. He's trying to save you, not from destruction, but from delay, from another year wasted, from another cycle repeating, from another divine opportunity slipping through your fingers. This is not pressure, this is purpose. This is the holy moment you prayed for without knowing how it would come. And now that it's here, what will you do? Michael's voice lowers now, not out of weakness but reverence. The moment is sacred. The veil is thin, and your name is glowing on a page that no one can erase. Beloved, he whispers, you are now standing at the border of your old life and everything that heaven wrote for you. This is not just about a house. It's about a spiritual departure from everything that no longer serves your soul. The heavy thoughts, the cycles of pain, the generational battles you didn't ask for but still had to fight. This is your exodus. You didn't survive all of that to return to normal. You survived so heaven could use you as a living testimony that miracles are still real. You are a walking prophecy. Everything the enemy tried to destroy, God is reversing. Every tear you cried in private, God is multiplying back as peace. Every no you received when your heart was begging for a yes, God is now rewriting in favor of your spirit. The angels are real and the clock is still ticking. Less than 1 hour left now. Michael is not trying to scare you. He's trying to save you, not from destruction, but from delay, from another year wasted, from another cycle repeating, from another divine opportunity slipping through your fingers. This is not pressure, this is purpose. This is the holy moment you prayed for without knowing how it would come. And now that it's here, what will you do? Michael's voice lowers now, not out of weakness but reverence. The moment is sacred. The veil is thin, and your name is glowing on a page that no one can erase. Beloved, he whispers, you are now standing at the border of your old life and everything that heaven wrote for you. This is not just about a house. It's about a spiritual departure from everything that no longer serves your soul. The heavy thoughts, the cycles of pain, the generational battles you didn't ask for but still had to fight. This is your exodus. You didn't survive all of that to return to normal. You survived so heaven could use you as a living testimony that miracles are still real. You are a walking prophecy. Everything the enemy tried to destroy, God is reversing. Every tear you cried in private, God is multiplying back as peace. Every no you received when your heart was begging for a yes, God is now rewriting in favor of your spirit. This message was the last lock on the final door, and your spirit, it's already turned the key. You don't need to try harder. You don't need to beg God to do what He's already promised. You just need to let go of what's already expired. Yes, it's scary to move forward, but it's far more dangerous to stay stuck. And now, heaven is clearing the path in front of you. The angels are gathering your strength. The winds are changing course. The same atmosphere that once choked your joy is now parting so you can pass through. Michael says, tell them the storm was never meant to destroy them. It was meant to reveal the doorway. And this is that doorway. You can feel it now, can't you? The shift in the air, the calm after years of noise, the pull in your chest that says, I don't want to go back to who I used to be. That's not emotion, that's revelation. Your spirit knows the time has come, and not even your past can follow you where you're going, because when God relocates you, He doesn't just change your surroundings, He changes your identity. People will look at you and feel confused. You won't talk the same. You won't respond the same. You won't allow the same things. And they'll wonder what happened. But you'll know heaven happened. And now there's no going back. Michael is lifting his hand now. The skies above your destiny are cracking open. Something ancient and holy is falling over you like gold dust. You may not see it with your eyes, but your body is responding. Goosebumps, deep breaths, a tear that won't explain itself. That's the divine anointing arriving. And it's yours, not borrowed, not temporary, yours forever. God says, "My child, I am proud of you, not because you were perfect, but because you showed up. You opened, you stayed, you believed even when no one else believed in you. And because of that, the blessing is sealed. You have passed the test." Michael smiles one last time. He steps back now. His sword glows not in violence, but in victory. He nods as if to say, "We did it. The house you're leaving, it will remember your name, but the future you're entering, it will speak your name in rooms you never imagined." This is not goodbye. This is arrival. God is not finished. He's just getting started. And beloved, your life will now look like a miracle people cannot explain. Let them wonder. Let them talk. Let them say something happened to them, because you'll know the truth. Archangel Michael happened. God stepped in. Heaven moved and everything changed. Now go. You are free and you are ready. Even now, something inside you feels lighter. It's not imagination, that's the burden lifting. The burden of fear, of not knowing, of carrying questions you thought would never be answered. Heaven didn't just send a message tonight. They sent release, and it touched you, whether you realize it fully yet or not. You might still feel like you're in the middle of your story, and that's okay. This was never about fixing everything in one night. This was about finally choosing not to carry it alone anymore. And now you don't have to. Michael has gone ahead of you. He's clearing what you'll never see with human eyes. He's shutting doors you didn't know were open. He's standing in the hallway of tomorrow, preparing something so soft, so holy, so right that when it arrives, you won't have to chase it. It will recognize you and come directly into your hands, because heaven never forgets those who stay faithful, even when the room is silent. Even when the prayers are dry, even when you feel like the last one left standing. You stayed and heaven saw that. So here's what will happen next. Write this on your heart. The moment you finish this message, a shift will happen in your energy, peace, clarity. Some of you will feel it in your chest like a gentle breeze. Others will notice the tension in your shoulders melting. Some will receive dreams tonight. Some will hear names whispered in the spirit. And some will wake up tomorrow knowing something broke. Don't question it. Don't doubt it. Just say thank you. Say it out loud. Say it to the sky, the stars, the ceiling, the clouds. Heaven will hear it, because gratitude completes the blessing. Michael says, don't explain this to anyone. Just live it and they'll feel the difference. And they will. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you no longer force your energy into rooms not meant to hold you. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. This ancient Hindu technique manifests $38,300. Here's a fun fact. The word yoga itself comes from Sanskrit and means union or to join. It aims to unite the mind, body, and spirit. Have you ever wondered what else is hiding deep in the Hindu scriptures? Like this 3,300-year-old Hindu technique. This technique describes a 10-second recital to intensify our manifesting powers. That's why, for generations, it has been used by some of the wealthiest Hindu families. Devotees of this forgotten Hindu technique have reported remarkable things, true, real-life miracles. They claim that all they did was perform this 10-second ritual. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret of perform this 10-second Hindu recital now. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. Your soul is too big to hide anymore. You are no longer in the waiting season. You are in the receiving season. And with every hour that passes from now, the shift will deepen. New people will come. Old burdens will fall away. And most importantly, you will no longer question whether you're worthy of what's coming. You'll know. So tonight, when the clock strikes that divine hour, take a breath. Look at the walls around you one last time and whisper, "Thank you for housing me in my becoming. But now I'm becoming too large to fit here because heaven is making room for the new you, for the real you." And every second you gave to this message, it counted. Michael saw, God watched, and now the reward begins. Sleep in peace tonight. You are not alone. You never were. The angels are stationed around your bed. Your name is safe in heaven's hands. Your life is now under divine protection, and the story has only just begun. You made it to the end, beloved. That means something. It means you didn't just hear this message. You absorbed it. It means your soul didn't walk away. It sat, it stayed, it received. Do you know how rare that is? Most people scroll past heaven's voice. They skip the signs. They silence the gentle knocks on their heart. But not you. You lingered. You let the message bloom in your spirit, and because of that, you have invited the supernatural. Michael leans close again, his voice now soft like morning light, and says, "Seal this moment. Say this out loud, even if you whisper it. I receive the movement of heaven." That's it. That one sentence is your spiritual signature, your yes, your confirmation. And now the angels will begin to work fast. Some of you will notice people exiting your life over the next 24 hours. Don't panic, it's protection. Some of you will feel emotional without reason. That's your soul detoxing old grief. Some of you will see sudden favor, gifts, emails, calls, messages that feel like miracles. They are. Some of you will dream of doors, elevators, moving houses, climbing stairs. That's your spirit entering alignment with what this message just released. Whatever you feel, let it happen. Heaven is finishing what it started. You don't have to figure anything out right now. You don't need to rush or overthink. All you need to do is rest in the knowing that God is in motion, and you are now under angelic instruction. Michael has already begun the spiritual relocation. Even if nothing looks different in the natural, something massive has shifted in the spirit. So if you feel a sudden stillness after this ends, if you feel the room go quiet, if you feel the tears finally fall or the breath finally deepen, just know you made it. And heaven is smiling. You passed the test that nobody saw you take. You didn't skip, you didn't scroll, you stayed. And now all of heaven moves for you. So go, beloved. Walk into the rest of your day or night knowing this: you are safe, you are chosen, you are remembered. You are no longer where you used to be. You are standing in the holy middle between the end of the storm and the beginning of the promise. And nothing will ever be the same again.